ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरसुते नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खला प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नवमतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 37, Verse 29. So we read that Krishna, he killed Keshi. Then Narada Rishi came and met Sri Krishna and requested him to go to Mathura. Then he gave a list of his activities which he will do in future and also prayed to him. And then there is a description of Krishna playing with his friends, playing the game of stealing. He is good at that. His name is Hari. Hari also means a thief. Hartiti Hari, one who steals is called Hari. So when they were playing and some were stealing and others were being stolen and some were protecting them, So now he continues to describe how Vyomasura became part of this to take advantage of this play, and then how Krishna killed him. Maya putro mahamayo Vyomo Gopalaveşadrik Meshaitanapovaha Prayas Chaurayito Bhun. So at that time, Vyomasura, who is son of Maya Danav. So Maya, you heard of Maya civilization? You heard? Maya civilization? Mexico? Argentina also?
Maya civilization.
And this is the Maya. You don't know that? He is the one who wrote Surya Siddhanta, right? Surya Siddhanta is given by Maya. He is a worshipper of. And this Maya civilization is based on Surya. There was some temple. Yeah, I saw that structure. So designed how the sunlight comes. So he is the Maya. His son is Vyoma. So Vyoma means V-Oma. There is no Om. That is Vyom. Without Om is Om. So Vyoma, he took the dress of Gopal Veshadrik. He dressed himself as a cowherd, and he also entered in the play. And he became a thief. And then he was stealing the cowherd boys, because some cowherd boys were acting like sheep. So they will not resist, because they have to act like sheep. So if you steal a sheep, she is not going to resist. She is happy that she is going somewhere instead of being bound in some place. So he started stealing them, thinking that this is how he is going to kill Krishna. So Meshaitan Apavaha, those cowherd boys who were acting like sheep, he stole them. So what is the message? Don't act like a sheep. Otherwise you will be stolen by the Asura. Have brain. Think. So Prayas Chaurayito Bahun. So he stole many of them because he was acting like a thief. Chaurayita. So Apavaha means Choryamasa. He stole many of them. So Gridaryam Vinikshipya Nitam Mahasuraha Shilaya Pidadhe Dwaram Chatu Panchavasheshitaha. So what was he doing? That he was stealing these boys and putting them inside a cave of the mountain. And then he took many of them until only 4 or 5 were remaining. And then he put a big stone at the entrance of the cave so that these children cannot run away anywhere. So then he will take care of Krishna. That was his plan. So Chatu Pancha Meshaita Sakhaya. So 4 or 5 here means 4 or 5 those who were the sheep. The other ones, he did not steal those who were also stealing, but only those who were being stolen. So after some time, Krishna, he understood what was going on. So that is being described here. Tasya tat karma vijyaya Krishna sharanadaha satam Gopannayantam jagraha vrukam harirai vaujasa. So tasya tat karam vijyaya Krishna sharanadaha satam. Krishna, he understood what was going on. And Krishna, who is the shelter of devotees. So Gopan Nayantam Jagraha Vrukam Hariri also. So when he was carrying the boys, Then he caught him. So he was thief, but now Krishna, he caught the thief. And he says that he caught him just like a lion will catch a wolf. So, wolf also, why wolf is being said here? Because wolf also steals sheep. They steal goats and sheep and then eat them. So this Vyomasura was like a wolf who was stealing, and then Krishna is Hari. So Hari means also lion. Hari has many meanings. Lion also means frog. Krishna's name, thief, various names are there. So he caught him like that. Hari Simha. Therefore he says the word Hari here means a lion. So he never thought anything like this Vyomasura, because he was thinking that he is going to now kill everybody. But then he got caught himself suddenly. He did not expect this, unexpected. So sanijam rupam asthaya girindra sadrisham bali icchan vimoktum atmanam nashaknod grahanaturaha. So then when he was caught, then he came to his original form, because right now he had changed his form and he was just like a small boy, same age as these cowherd boys, 8-9-year-old, 10, whatever. But now he became like a mountain, big, huge size. Vyoma. Vyoma means sky. So big. And then Krishna was still holding him, even when he became big. Small Krishna holding the big guy, and he was not able to release himself, this Vyomasura. He tried. So icchan vimoktum atmanam nasaknod grahanatura. So could not. He tried very hard, because Krishna has caught him. Krishna has this quality. Once he catches somebody, he doesn't leave. That is speciality. If he doesn't catch, he does not catch. But if he catches, then no more leaving. That's why he is called Achyuta. Yes, nothing can fall from him.
Infallible.
He is infallible, and whatever he catches also becomes infallible. So now this Asura, he tried his very best. Tam Nigrihi Achyuta, that's why his name here is now used as Achyuta. So Achyuta caught hold of him, Dorbhyam Patitva Mahitale, and then with his arms he threw him on the ground. And Pashyatam Devi Devanam Pashumaram Amarayat. And then when the Devatas, the gods in the sky, were looking, he killed him like an animal. So Pasumaram Amarayat, this is Namal Pratyaya. Then you have to use the same verb when you apply Namal. Pasumaram Amarayat. So killed him like an animal. Like an animal means in the animal sacrifice, the animal is killed by choking. So he also killed him by choking. There is a way to kill. So Pasumaram Yagyam Pasumeva. That's why he comments here that Pasumar here means as the Pashu in the Yagya is killed. So Swasrodhena Amarayat, that is by blocking his breathing. Pasumar. That is called Pasumar. Tenapi guhadvara nirodhatiti bhava. Why he killed him like this? Why not by beating him? Because other he was sometimes slapping, sometimes kicking. Occasionally he put his hand inside. Why is killing him by blocking his breathing? Because this is what he was doing to the boys. He put the boys inside a cave and then blocked the gate so that they will suffocate there. If you are put inside a room which has only one gate and everything is wall, and then the gate is also closed, you won't get any air. After some time you will die. Right? Like Hitler was killing the Jews. And he was killing also like that, Pasumaram. So this Krishna did this to the Asura. He says, you want to kill my friends by suffocating, I will suffocate you so that you know what. Niyathamam prapadyante. Sopmane karmani cha iti namul nyanantasya mriyateranupprayoga. So this is a namul in upman in the karma. So this is the end of commentary. This is the last sloka. Guha pidhanam nirbhidya gopan nisarya krichrataha stuyamana surair gopai pravivesha svagokulam. So then he opened the gate of the cave where the children were being kept, and he removed the cowherd boy Nisarya, who was in troubled position, Krishnata. And then while being praised by the devas as well as by the cowherd boys, he entered into his Gokula. So Pravivesa Swagokulam. So Swagokulam is specifically used here. Every day he is going, but now the word Swagokulam is used because he is soon going to leave Gokula or become unmanifest in Gokula. So then he will go to his Gokula, the unmanifest Gokula. So that's why the word Swavives, Pravives, Prakrishtena, Nivesha, fully entered. So this is the end of chapter 37. Now the troublesome chapter, Krishna leaving for Mathura, which is very painful for the Brajvasis, especially for the gopis. So Akrura comes. Sri Shuka Uvacha. Sri Shukdev said, Akruropi cha tam ratrim madhupuriyam mahamatihi ashitva rathamasthaya prayayo nanda gokulam. So Akrura, he stayed that night in Mathura. That night means the day he was called by Kamsa. And then he came to, in the early morning he got up and he left for Braja. He was given a nice chariot by Kamsa. So therefore it says Usitva. Usitva means staying night there, Madhupuriyam in Mathura. And Ratham Asthaya Prayavu Nanda Gokulam. So then he rode on the chariot and left early morning. Only thing is that if he left early morning, why it took him so long to reach Gokula? Because he entered Gokula in the evening. So whole day he was traveling. But when he goes back, then he reaches quickly. So either he was lost, he did not know where is the way, Once he came, then he knew how to go back. And he did not have a GPS. And on the way he did not meet anybody who could tell him. Otherwise, why should it take whole day? Or was he just seeing the beauty of Vrindavan and getting high on Brajras? So let's see if there is any reason given for that. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti comments, Ashtatrinshe vyadhat Krishno yatha kruro manorathan tatha tan puryamasa tadathityam cha sakarot. So in this 38th chapter, there is a description that whatever wishes Akrura had while going to Vraja, so Yatha Kruro Manorathan Vyadhat Krishna, Sri Krishna fulfilled them and also received him as a guest. Sri Krishna and Balaram, they both will receive him very nicely at their house because he was an honorable guest. He was also a messenger from the king, so special attention was given to him. So here he gives a little bit description of the time. So he says, Kamsaha Falgun Krishna Ekadashyam Kritva eva mantranam prashya keshinam akruram adishya prahinod vrajam pratah keshi vadho akrura prasthanam naradastu aprahanya vyome vadho akrura sayam vraje avishat. So it looks from here, the way he is writing is that it was the Ekadashi of Falgun. Falgun is which comes around March, end of February, March. This is the month where we have the Holi festival, color festival, and Falgun, full moon, is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So means like 18 days before the Holi or Gorge Purnima. That is the Ekadashi on the dark fortnight of Falgun. That is the day that Kamsa has called his meeting, because that is the day Narada met him and told him, so he called. And that is the day he called Keshi and told him to go to Vraj and kill Krishna. That is also the day, as we read, that he called Akrura and told him to get Krishna and Balaram, and he called the wrestlers and the elephant driver to prepare for the Dhanuri Yagya festival. So it seems the next day, that is on Dwadasi, Akrura left for Braj. Dwadasi morning Keshi came, he was killed. Then in the afternoon Vyamasura came, he was killed.
2 a day.
And then in the evening Akrura came. So Akrura's coming to Vraja and killing of Keshi and Vyamasura, they all happened. And in between Narada also met Krishna and prayed to him. So this was a quite busy day. Yeah, generally so many things don't happen in one day. So he killed 2 demons, right? And met Narada Rishi also. And then he will meet Akrura and then take care of him. So all this in one day. So that's what he says. So tam ekadasyam ratrim mahamati. So he says, when it is said that Akruropi cha tam ratrim madhupuriyam mahamati ushitva, that night, he says that night is the night of Ekadashi. That's what he says, that tam ekadasyam ratri. and Bhagavat Katha Archana Adivhir Jagaranena Usitva Paranamakritva Eva. And then he stayed whole night, and because it was Ekadasi, so he kept awake because of Ekadasi. Ekadasi, you are supposed to do Jagaran, means stay awake whole night and do Japa, Kirtan, reading, and then in the morning you do Parana. So he says that he left from Mathura without doing the Parana. Why he left without doing Parana, he does not say. What is the hurry that he did not do Parana? So he must have done Parana on the way then. Right? Because if he left Paranam Akritva Eva without doing, means must have some packed food with him. Right? Some pakoda or something. Or some yogurt rice with pickle. Otherwise, how is he going to do Parana? And maybe he wanted to take bath in the Yamuna and then do the Parana, because there was no tap water. So he thought, on the way I will take bath in Yamuna, chant Gayatri, then do Parana. So he must have taken his packed breakfast. And then he will have dinner in Nanda Maharaj's place. So he must have got some yogurt rice. Yogurt rice is nice with pickle. For traveling it is a good food, doesn't get spoiled. So I used to do that. That's why I remember. In the plane eat yogurt rice with pickle. So gachan pathi mahabhago bhagavati ambuje kshane bhaktim param upgata evam etad achintayat. So now there is a description of Akrura's thoughts. Akrura comes from Mathura to Braj. Now Braj is not so far away from Mathura. Right? You leave Mathura, you are in Braj. Even 30-40 years ago, once you come out of Mathura, it was all forest. There was nothing. Between Vrindavan and Mathura, there was nothing. Both sides, just jungle. Now so many things have come up. And the only thing which was available was this horse cart, Tonga. There was nothing. And for that you have to wait, because he will be just standing at the Mathura railway station, and then you sit down in it and he's waiting for more passengers. Then he's taking it this way, that way, trying to. And when he gets 8 to 10 people, then he starts. And he comes with the horse, getting all the jerks up and down. That was ride from Mathura so many times. Same with Chatikara also. The only thing available was horse cart. And that doesn't mean that now even these 3-wheeler, very quickly you get them. You may have to wait there for hours, because not many people were coming. So you just stand there or you sit in that, and he's going this way, then he's going that way. Then another horse cart comes, then they make a deal, okay, you take my, and I'll get another one. So he's also coming with his Tonga. He also has a horse cart, and the road was not that good. When he came, there was no road. So, but he's coming, and now he's thinking of Krishna. So, Gachan Pathi Mahabhago Bhagavati Ambujekshane Bhaktim Param Upgata Evam Etada Chintayat. So, this very fortunate Mahabhaga Krura, when he is moving on the way, then his heart was full of bhakti for lotus-eyed Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavati Ambujekshana. And this is how he was thinking. So this is the reason for his delay, because he's not so much driving the chariot as he's meditating. Kim maya charitam bhadram, kim taptam paramam tapaha, kim vathapyarhate dattam, yadraksham keshavam. He says, what auspicious thing I must have done, what great austerities I must have performed, or what big charity I must have given to some qualified person, that as an outcome of that I am going to see Keshava today. So he was very excited to have. He must have heard so much about Krishna by now, and he knows that Krishna is Bhagavan, as we will see. So therefore he is feeling very, very fortunate, and he is fortunate that he is going to have Krishna's darshan directly and actually going to drive him. That's quite fortunate. So that's how he is thinking. So of course Krishna's darshan or meeting Krishna does not happen by all these activities, it happens only by his grace. So that's how sometimes we also think that what is this, that what good thing I did that I am here in Vrindavan listening to Bhagavad Katha. What did I do? So saha harsa vitarkam aha kimiti. So with happiness he is doing vitarka. Vitarka means making conjectures. Is it like this? Is it like that? Why it happened to me? Why is that I have? Not only that, we think when something bad happens, then we think why it happened to me. When something good happens, then also we think why did it happen to me? Right? So he is doing that. Api sambhavanayam. The word api, kimva, ath api arhate. Api is used here in the sense of possibility. What is the chance that I would have done it? Basically he is saying that I really don't deserve it, but somehow I am getting this good fortune. Mama etad durlabham manye uttamah shloka darshanam vishayatmano yatha brahma kirtanam shudra janmanah. So he says that I consider this as the most rare thing, that I am going to have darshan, I am going to see Uttama Shloka Sri Krishna. How, what kind of fortune I have. He says, he is comparing it like this. He says Vishayatmano Yatha. So he says that I am a Vishayatma, I am a materialistic person. So how is it that I am getting the chance to see the Supreme Person, Krishna? He says it is just like Brahma Kirtanam Sudra Janmana, that somebody who has taken birth in a Sudra family and then he gets the opportunity to recite Vedas. So Sudras are not qualified to recite Vedas. So how is it possible that Sudra is getting the chance to recite Veda? So that's what he's comparing. So Danyam Buddho Nipatanaha. So he is feeling very humble, and in that state of humility he is speaking it. He is as if drowning in an ocean of humility. Means he is thinking himself as absolutely unqualified. So this is the nature of bhakti, that bhakti makes one very humble. Because one realizes the truth, and the truth is that nobody has any qualification to be a bhakta, to be a devotee. By our own qualification, in the sense that by our own effort or our qualities, nobody is qualified to be a devotee. It is only by the grace of Krishna and his devotees that it is possible. That's how Jiva Goswami also therefore analyzed in Bhakti Sandarbha, that it comes only by the yadrichaya, by the causeless grace of devotee. So we can make effort, but even if we make effort and some good result comes, we should not actually think that it is happening because of my effort, because that's truly not possible. Effort has to be made, but if the success comes, then also we should know that it is only by the grace that it is happening. Because bhakti is antaranga shakti, it is swatantra, it is Krishna's swarup shakti. So it's by his own will, not that we can force him to do anything. So that is the humility. Mama kidrishasya vishayatmane. He says, I am a vishayatma, means my mind is vishayasakta, it is absorbed in sense pleasures. Vishayavishtasya Sudra jater ved kirtanam eva obhyatra eva anarhatvam dhvanita. So he said, just like one who is born in a Sudra family is not qualified to chant Vedic mantras, in the same way I am not qualified to have darshan of Krishna, because the Krishna cannot be seen by anybody who is material. Materialistic person cannot approach him. He is called adhokshaja, means beyond material sense perception. Yameva sarvanute teneva labdhi tasyeva tanu vibhrunut. So only one who is blessed by him can see him, not otherwise. So this is the sense. Mevam mamadhamasyapi syadeva achyuta darshanam hriyamana kalanadya kvachit tarati kaschanaha. So he says, Mevam mama adhamasyapi. He says, maybe it is possible that I will not see him, or it will happen. He says, although I am adhama, but definitely I will have darshan because he is going. So hriyamana kalanadya kvachit tarati kaschana. He says, wandering in the river of time, sometimes some people meet devotees and then they become qualified to see Krishna. So it is just like if there are a lot of grass pieces floating in a river and river is flowing, so they flow with it, but out of that some may somehow reach the bank of the river. So that is just by time, means it is not that the grass pieces are making any effort to reach to the bank. They don't have any power to reach to the bank, but still some reach and others go on with the flow, and some rotate in the eddy current. They don't go anywhere, they are there only. So he says like that, it is not by my effort, maivam, that's the meaning. Because I am low, yet I am going to have darshan And this is just like some piece of grass may reach the bank somehow. So kvachit tarati kaśana. So mati dhritibhyam dainyam sammarde aha. So by his buddhi and dharya, by his intelligence and by his fortitude, he says that no, it is not like that. Means it is not that I will not see him. Because he says that how can a Shudra chant Veda? Because you have to study from the teacher and no teacher will teach you. You have to have Upnayana Samskara, and Upnayana Samskara is not done for Shudra. So just as he cannot do that, I cannot see because I am a Vishayatmana. And then he says, no, it's not like that. I will see him. So these two qualities are very important, Mati and Dhriti. Sri Vallabhacharya has written one book. He calls it as Vivek, Dharya and Ashraya. That is the title of his book. He wrote 16 books called Sodas Grantha. One of them is this. So it is like that. Because Mati here means Buddhi, which means Vivek. So Vivek means this only. Here Vivek is not, generally Vivek or discrimination is to discriminate between matter and spirit. But on the path of Bhakti, Vivek means that there is God's grace. And I take shelter of Him, and therefore whatever happens, I accept it as His grace. This is a different type of Vivek. Means not becoming depressed. So that is Mati, and Dhriti is fortitude, means continuing. Again not becoming depressed. And Ashraya remaining under the shelter. So therefore, otherwise humility can also make you that okay, there is no scope for me. So Mati Dhritibhyam Dainyam Sammardyaha Mama Adhamasyet. Mama iti Syadeva. Syadapityat. That for me it will happen. Mama Dyamangalam Nashtam Falvanshaiva me Bhavaha Yan Namasya Bhagavato Yogi Dheyangari Pankajam. He says that today all my inauspiciousness has been destroyed. Why? Because I will have darshan of Krishna. And today my birth has become successful. So Falvanscha Chaiva Me Bhava. So this is the success of life, that we attain Krishna or attain Krishna Prema. Otherwise it is useless. Without bhakti, then as Sonaka Rishi says that we are breathing just like the bellows. Vastrakyamna swasanti uta. Are not the bellows breathing? Because you may say, well, I am also living. Why you say you are living? Look, I am breathing. So he says, well, the bellows of the blacksmith, they also breathe very nicely. Or the ventilator also breathes now in the hospital. It doesn't have life. So Yannamasya Bhagavato Yogi Dheya. Today my life has become fruitful because I will be able to bow down at the feet of Sri Krishna, the very feet which are meditated upon by the yogis. So great yogis, they meditate on Krishna's feet. Yogi Dheya, Anghri Pankajam. And they only meditate, but they don't get the chance to see him. But I will actually see today his feet, and I am going to bow down to his feet. So how fortunate I am. So evam nischitya sagarvam ahaya mamadyeti. So after concluding as in the previous sloka, then with little garva he says, so there is also pride of being a devotee. It's a different type of pride. Devotee is humble, but that does not mean that humble means that anybody can roll over him or her. He also has his pride because I am bhakta, I am a devotee of Krishna. I have such a big person behind me. So not that just because somebody is materially powerful, then you are humble in front of that. That kind of humility is not in it. Means now he can order or he can do something. The devotee also stands his ground. So therefore he says sagarva. This pride is not the pride which is harmful. It is the pride we belong to Krishna. So we are not useless. Because sometimes materialistic people say that all these sadhus are useless, they are burden, they don't do anything. Kamso batadya kritametyanugraham drakshengri padmam prahito munaharehe कृतावतारस्य दुरत्ययं तमः पूर्वे तरण्यन्नखमण्डलत्वषा. So he says, indeed, this is a great wonder that Kamsa has done a great favor unto me. And what is the favor? He says, Prahito Amuna Hare, that he has appointed me to bring Krishna to Mathura. So what? He says, Drakshe Angri Padmam. Therefore, today I will get the chance to see his lotus feet or lotus foot. He only says Angri Padmam.
Lotus feet.
But he uses ekvachan, singular. So who is this whose lotus feet I will see? He says, Kritavatarasya duratyayam tamaha purve taranyan nakhmandalatvisha. So Harehe Angri Padmam, these are the lotus feet of Hari, who has now manifested, who has taken avatar here. And by seeing his feet or by the glow of the toenails of Krishna's foot, the ignorance of material bondage is dispelled. And in the past, many great sages, many devotees, they have crossed over this ignorance, which is duratyaya. So duratyaya tamam purve ataran. They have crossed over in the past. So Bhāgavatam sadharamam agata, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, many have attained. So he is saying that. So he is feeling grateful even to Kamsa. Although Kamsa has no interest in blessing him, but somehow it's happening. So kimcha kamsene bhagavat pratikulya nirdishtasya api mama atyantam anukulyam falato abhut ityah. So he says that although Kamsa has engaged me in an act which is really not favorable to Krishna, because bringing him here and engaging him in this wrestling match so that he can be killed, this is not very favorable thing. But somehow it is a blessing for me because I will get the chance to see him. So this is how he is saying. Bata iti ascharya, it is a great wonder. Why? Khalopi kamsa adyati anugraha kritam. Anugraham akrita. That although he is a very wicked person, And wicked person means that they don't give any grace to anybody. They are not selfish people. They do everything for their own benefit. But today, it looks like that he has done something wonderful for me. Yato amuna prahita preshita, because he has sent me to get Krishna. And then I will see the feet of Krishna by the glow of whose toenail the many have attained transcendence to the samsara. So Purve Ambarish Adaya, great devotees like Ambarisha, Tame Sansaram Ataram Tirna, they crossed over the material samsara. Then in the next sloka he is speaking about the glories of Krishna's feet. Yadarchitam brahma bhavadibhi surair shriya cha devya munibhi sasatvataihi gocharanaaya nucharais charadvane yad gopkikanam kuchukum kumankitam. So there's yadarchitam. Yad means the very feet which he is mentioning in the previous. He said, I will see. They have been worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, and other devas, and also by Lakshmi. So not only devas within the universe, but outside the universe, Lakshmi. So Sriyacha Devya and all the by great sages, devotees, so Satvatai along with the devotees. And these are the very feet which move behind the cows. These very feet which are worshipped by the great personalities like Brahma and Shiva and Lakshmi. With that he is moving here in Braja, Gocharanaya, along with his friends Anucharais Charadvane. So Charanaya, Charai, Charat. 3 times the Charadhatu is used. Once for Gocharana, tending the cows. Anuchara means his friends, and Charad means his walking. And yad gopika naam kuch kumkum ankitam. And these feet are marked with the kumkum from the breast of the gopis. So these are the wonderful feet. These are quite amazing feet. They are the feet which are marked with the kumkum from Gopi's breast. They are the feet which are walking in the forest. They are the feet which are worshipped by so many people. What kind of feet are these? So Yadangri Padmam Brahmadibhir Anupahatai Gandhamalyadibhir Architam Pujyate. So the very feet which are worshipped by various wonderful articles such as garland, fragrance, etc., by great personalities like Brahma. Mati buddhi pujarthebhyascha iti vartmanekta. So architam here is not in the past tense, but in the present. Means they are being worshipped. Generally kta is used in the bhutkala, but here it is in the vartman. Sashti abhava arsha. So there should be sashti. Instead of surai, it should be suranam. So this is arsha. Gocharanaaya anucharai sahacharte gavam paschat charad. So Gocharanaaya with the intention of tending cows. Anuchara means those who are moving with him after the cows. Gavam paschat charad ityartha. Yasya anuchara brahmadayastadangri padmam gavām anucharam. Yasya archaka brahma bhavadayastad gopika namtu kuchochista kumkuma swadakam iti utkarsha paramamti. So now he is making little comparison. That he says that look at these feet. That the servants of these feet are like Brahma, etc. So how great are these feet that Brahma is worshipping them. So Brahmadeyas tadangri padmam. The same feet are walking behind the cows, Gavamanucharam. But these feet which are being worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, they are having the kumkum from the breast of the gopis. So this is actually to tell how great are the gopis. That is the meaning. It says Kucha Uchchishta Kumkum Aswadakam Ki Utkarsa. That these feet they taste the kumkum from the breast of the gopis. So how great are the gopis in comparison to Brahma, Shiva, etc., etc. Because they don't get any chance like that. You want to touch the feet. So kumkum achitam, kumkum architam iti parthanam. So here this sloka says kuch kumkum ankitam, but there are also other reading kumkum achitam and kumkum architam. Ultimately the sense is same. Nacha atra krurena dasena swaprabhor ujjwal ras ashwadanam rasa bhasatvad anuchitam iti vacha. So now there is a little bit problem in this description from rasa point of view. That Akrura, he is a das, he is in dasya bhav. So why is he talking about ujjwal? That is a rasabhas, improper. For a dasa to speak of madhurya, relationship, that is against the rasa of the dasa. Servant does not. So he says that one should not think like that. He gives explanation. So he says vakyasya asya swagatatvat. He says here he is not speaking this statement to anybody. He is only thinking in his mind. And when he is thinking, he is not thinking from the Ujjwala Ras point of view. So he says Swagatoktiyahi Pitradayopi Harshat Putradinam Shringaras Samanumodayanta Drishta. So it is seen that even parents, they can think like their son gets married, so they know the son and he is having a wife, so they feel happy by seeing that, and they are happy. So it does not disturb their Vatsalya Bhava. So in the same way, this is not any disturbance to Dasya Bhava. So we'll stop here if there is any question.
I had a couple questions. First, how does Akrura know about what's described in the final line of this verse?
So Jiva Goswami says that he heard it from Narada. That's how he explained. Because Narada used to go and they will hang around him. Narada is the one who gives news.
And I had a couple other points, if that's right. In verse 5, the first word is this Mayuvam. So he's reading that as like a separate sentence, essentially.
Yeah.
Not connected with the Syat.
Right.
Okay. And that's basically the liberty of the way this. It could be read either way, right? And he's choosing to read it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because why he's reading? Because he's going to have darshan. So that's why he separates it.
Okay, and lastly, in the verse in the previous chapter where it was saying that he killed him like an animal, and then Chakravarti Pad in the commentary, it's like an animal in a yajna. What type of yajna is he referring to?
Pashu Yag, where they give Pashu Bali.
Sometimes we've heard this interpretation that killing means touching.
Vaishnavas, they don't kill, but they also kill also. Vaishnavas don't kill.
So in some cases in those yajnas, there really were animals killed.
Yeah, certainly.
In chapter 37, shloka 30, Shukadeva Goswami calls Vyoma as Mahasura. Why does he use this qualifier just to add one pada? Or
37?
Chapter 37, shloka 30.
30?
30, yes.
Because he was big. Remember, he made a huge size like a giri. When he came to his original form, Girindra Sadrisham Bali. 32. Okay, can give the mic here.
I have a question from yesterday. So I understood yesterday that Krishna, when he takes a body, it's not sharir, but it's a vigraha. And so I was looking up in the dictionary to see what's the difference in between sharir and vigraha. And then I understood shariri is described as a physical body, and vigraha has so many descriptions here of shape and form and everything. But then again, there is a murti as well. So I would just like to understand the difference in between.
So vigraha is used for Krishna's form.
And how about murti?
Murti can be used for others also.
Okay. So it's only vigraha basically.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sandeep ji.
Pranam Babaji Maharaj. So normally in Bhagavatam, we have seen that whenever a bhakta has darshan of Bhagavan, like in the case of Dhruva or other people, then they offer the prayers to Bhagavan. But here Akrura is offering prayers for having darshan. So is there, like, what is the significance there? Why before darshan is offering prayers?
Why before darshan is what?
Offering prayers, like all other places we see that after the bhakta has Bhagavan, then they are offering prayers after that.
He is not offering prayer. If you read sloka number 2, he said that while going on the way, Gachan Pathi Mahabhago Bhagavati Ambujakshane Bhaktim Paramupagata Evam Etad Achintet. While he is going, then he is thinking like this in his mind.
Okay.
That what did I do? How is that I've got this opportunity? How wonderful it is. He's just thinking in his mind. That's why in the last sloka also which he read, he said that it's only in his mind, that's why it is not rasabhas. Saying it is only swagata. Swagata means just in his mind.
Question, please. What the word mati you told? Well, mati.
Mati means buddhi.
Buddhi. Oh, Sanskrit, huh? Viveka, buddhi.
Yeah.
Do you have the commentary of Jiva or Sanatana Goswami available? Do you have the commentary of Jiva or Sanatana Goswami easily available?
Yeah.
Because, okay, I would be interested. They both give on the verse number 1 of this chapter, they both give a pranam verse to Akrura. And I would be curious if you could decipher that.
What is that? अक्रूराय नमस्तस्मै येन कंसोऽपि सेवितः कुतोऽपि व्याजतो द्रष्टुं सेवितुं च निजेश्वरम्. So he says that I bow down to Akrura, that he served Kamsa so that he got the chance to see Krishna. So kutopi vyasto drashtum sevitum cha nijeshwaram. That on some pretext, whatever, he will get the chance to do service to Krishna. For that reason he did service to Kamsa.
So he did such a difficult thing, such as, he served even Kamsa for that end, to meet Krishna and then be able to praise him. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Ladli.
Yes, Haribol Babaji. I was wondering why Akrura is thinking this way and why he cannot feel how terrible it will be for Vraja people. Is it because actually he is in Dasamud and he doesn't live in Vrindavan, so he doesn't have any clue of what Vraja people feel for Krishna? And then I was wondering if when he will go there and then when he will come back, his mood will change, because the parallel came into my mind about Lakshmanji when he was carrying Sita Devi, and actually he was completely desperate of doing this action to bring Sita Devi away from Lord Ramachandra. So I don't know if it does make sense, but I was wondering about that.
It was already explained that Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti himself wrote earlier in the previous chapter. When he was ordered, then he says, why is he going to do this Pratikulya? He says that he is being compassionate on people of Mathura who are also his devotees. So therefore he wants to bless them. Okay.